Hey, all my YouTube students. This is Sharon, and I want to say this is my first video of the year. So you know that I did a lot of funny, crazy things at the end of the year, because at the end of the year is when I have time to go ahead and take care of myself because I'm not teaching. So I did Fiber Blast, and that made my skin look really smooth and really amazing. And I finished up the swimming pool. Let's see, what else did I do? I just did some crazy things. But today came to me and I wanted to do a video and I wanted to motivate you and I wanted to do something different. And I sat down and I started going through my texts. So I go through my texts, and a lot of times people don't believe it, but I go through the texts from my YouTube students, I go through the texts from my mortgage students and from my real estate students. And I've been so blessed to have just about every scenario in real estate hit me up. And so I've learned so much throughout the years when I started doing real estate. So those of you who don't know me, I started processing loans in 1983, and I started investing in real estate in 1979. I know I did all these things when I was like 6. And then sometime around 1986, I got my real estate license and became a loan officer. And I lived through the mortgage meltdown. And if you follow me and you go down to the white candle story, the white candle story is about when you have lost all hope and you literally think that nothing can happen to change what's going on in your life, somebody will come to you and they'll tell you that they're there to help you. And just believe that they're your angel and go with it. It doesn't matter what you believe, but someday you will believe in a higher power. And I don't want to tear up, but the reason I'm doing this video right now is I wasn't really motivated to do videos. I'm like, my hair looks crappy. I don't really want to do my makeup. But it is what it is. So I sat down and started reading my text. And I came across this really long text. And so the students that know me know that I'm allergic to 3 things. I'm allergic to reading, I'm allergic to taking tests, and I'm allergic to the kitchen. So that's kind of like a joke. Those are the 3 things that I'm not so excited about. And it's a joke because when I teach, all I do is read and tell stories, and I'm teaching you guys how to pass tests, and I know the psychology of tests. And I don't want to make this long and boring, so we're going to go to it. So I got this text, and it was a long text. So I knew it wasn't one of my normal students because my normal students know that I'm not going to read the text, I'm just going to call you back. So I read the text, and something compelled me to call this young lady. She had saw my video. I'm bumping on the table. She had seen my YouTube. And what happened is I asked her how she found me, and she said, "You're not going to believe this." And I said, "Hit me with it. I'll believe just about anything." And so she is in a part of her life where it's not going so well for her. And I've been there. A lot of us have been there. And she said, I didn't pass the test the first time. I forgot to ask her where she took her real estate classes. And so I said, "Well, then how did you find me?" And she said, "This is crazy." And I said, "What?" And she said, "I looked in the sky and I was crying and not knowing where to turn to." And I said, "Just help me, send me the right person who's going to give me all the information I need to pass this test. I need to pass this test." So she needed to pass the test because she had lost her job. And a lot of us are in that place where sometimes we just don't know which way to turn. So she prayed or manifested, whatever you want to call it. But the next thing she knew, she was on her phone, and guess who popped up? Yours truly. And she hit the video that said, "Those of you that are having a hard time passing the test, the hardest part is contracts." And there's a video on contracts. So I say, watch my contracts video. And she said, contracts was where I scored the least amount. She had the lowest score in contract when she tried to take the test the first time. So there I was on her screen telling her how to get past the real estate exam and all the contract information. And the good news was she passed her test this week. So I want to say congratulations. She doesn't want me to mention her name, but she said that everything that happened, I wouldn't believe. And I said, "Hit me again with it." And she said, "Well, when I went to take the test," this was in Oakland, California, a couple days ago, and I guess you could check it, there was a bomb threat in the middle of taking the test. She said that all she could hear was my voice saying, "Take a deep breath, remain calm, and just focus on the test." And so she said she could see my face and hear my voice telling her what to do. And then they had the bomb threat. And she said after the bomb threat, when everybody realized that it wasn't the building she was in, it was in a different building, that everybody kind of calmed down, but she just stayed focused, and she focused on taking the test. And she walked out to her car, and the building that had the bomb threat was the building where her car was parked. Now, I'm not going to say her name, and because she told me she wanted to remain anonymous for a while. And I told her, I said, maybe we'll do the story and videotape it. So if you guys have crazy stories, please, by all means, contact me. She didn't think I would even contact her. So she went out to her car, and all she had was $30. And she went to pay the parking, but because of the bomb threat, they didn't make her pay for parking. She said if she would have had to pay for parking, all she'd had today was $8. And I said, well, with the money that you have, you need to go buy a white candle and, you know, light that white candle and say, you know, dear God, just help me. I need your help. I need your financial advice. I need anything that you can do for me. I'm lighting this white candle and asking you for your help. And we'll see what happens, because I believe something wonderful will happen for that young lady. And the other thing I wanted to say, because she was taking notes when I was talking to her, we talked for about 45 minutes. And I told her, I said, you know, since you just got your license, you've got to do something now. You've got to move forward, because see, this is what happens. Let me explain. Working at Real Estate Trainers, I asked the boss, I said, why do we do the tutorials? We have online classes. Why do we, you know, every other day have a class for people to watch? And he said, Sharon, you know what we found out? And I said, what? He said, people who sign up for real estate classes will take the online classes, and they'll 50% of them will either not finish, or they'll let it go for so long that they'll have to sign up again, and they're just not as successful when there's not an instructor. And I said, that makes sense. And I said, but what about the people that pass? The people that pass that don't have someone to motivate them, what happens there? And it's literally about 70% of the people who pass the test do nothing with their license. They're all excited about getting their license, and then they come across, boom, a block wall. And that's why I said to my boss at Real Estate Trainers, why don't we do a class called I Got My License, What Do I Do? Unfortunately, what I didn't realize is a lot of people don't have a lot of money because they tried to take the test and they failed. And then they figured out how to pass the test either by coming to Real Estate Trainers or finding me on YouTube. And at that point, they can't afford another class. So I'm going to give you a couple hints. And it was so cute because she was taking notes. She's like, I got to do this. I got to do this. So what I do is I keep up to date, and I listen to other people on how to get business. And this is one of my favorite ways to get business. So I'm giving this out to you for free. Do this. Do this. Because I know on one of my videos, I said, I'm not going to give away the store because I teach the class and I want you to take the class. But right now I'm giving away the store because I know some of you guys need some help. So I learned this when COVID first happened from a guy that was charging, I want to say his class was $6,000. I signed up for his free course, and because I listened to the whole course, he was offering it to us people for about $4,900. You guys, do not pay lots of money for real estate classes. There's people like me out there ready to help you. And honestly, we just want to help you start your career and have an amazing career like I have had in real estate and mortgage loans. So the thing he did was he actually did a video, and he held the video like this, and he took a video of himself. And he texted it to everybody in his sphere of influence. Now, a lot of you will say, well, I don't have a very big sphere of influence. Well, okay, maybe you only have 50 people in your sphere of influence or on your phone. Think of it this way. Those 50 people probably have 20 to 50 people. Now take 50 times, let's call it an average, 30, and how many people do you get? Those people, out of some of those people, one of them is going to make a move. And it was so cute when I was talking to this young lady on the phone. I said, one of them will make a move, and you don't have to just wait for someone who's going to sell their home or buy their home. Maybe you can work with a landlord who wants to find a tenant, or maybe you can work with a tenant who wants to find a place to rent. And that's an easy, fast transaction. You have to wait for a loan to get done. She goes, you mean I can help people who are just moving? And I'm like, all day long. She said, I didn't know that. So that's one way that you can help get some money in your pocket so you can get some advertising going, is to just send out a text to everybody you know in your sphere of influence that says, hey, okay, first let me tell you something. You have two types of people on your phone. You have people on your phone you have no clue who they are, or you haven't talked to them in a long time, and you have people on your phone that you talk to all the time. Okay, the people you talk to all the time, right after you pass your test, the first thing you're going to do is call them. You probably already called them and said, hey, I got my license, I passed the test. Okay, well, you didn't get your license yet. You passed the test. If you don't have a broker and you didn't send in for the license, then you don't have the license yet. So you need to know that. And once you send in with your broker and you apply for your license, then it's going to take some time to get your license also. However, now's the time to start free advertising. And free advertising is your phone that you're paying for. Use your text things. Now, I say that the guys, girls, you can videotape too. But, for me to get in front of the camera and want to videotape, I want to at least look the best that I can look. So if you can look the best you can look every single morning and do a video, that's great. But the guys, they just kind of brush their hair and get out of bed and put something nice on and they can do a video. So what this guy did was he did a video and he did it outside because at the time of this, it was COVID and everybody was quarantined inside. So what he did was he held up the video and he said, hey, I'm just touching base. Text me back and let me know how you and your family are. I look forward to hearing from you. Super simple. And so I thought to myself, well, I'd love to do the video, but I'm not going to do a video every day. I'm not even going to do a video once a week because I'm still busy doing videos and teaching people. So my thought was, I'll just text. So what I did is I did 2 different types of texts. People who I had no idea who they were, I text this. Are you ready? Write this down. You could always replay it. I text, hey, I'm just touching base. Wanted to know how you and your family are. Text me back and let me know how you're doing. Super simple. Okay. Now what I did was it was Easter. So I wrote, happy holidays. Just texting you to see how you and your family are. Text me back and let me know how things are going. So you always want to give them a direction. That means text me back, because when you tell someone to text me back, they're going to text you back. Okay. And these are people that you haven't talked to in a long time. So the funny part is I went to my phone and I scrolled all the way to the very first one because I wasn't even going to do it. I had an idea to do it. And then I spoke to one of my friends that listens to 10X. 10X is also a very great way to be motivated. However, that costs money. So I'm trying to do something that doesn't cost money. So I really didn't need that much business because I'm a coach and I'm teaching and I'm helping new students and new real estate agents. So I'm doing a lot of stuff. So I said to the guy I was with, I was helping him stage his property in Wrightwood. He goes, well, why don't you try it and see how it works? And then you could show everybody what you did. And I'm like, okay. I go, but I can't text all those people. He goes, Sharon, okay, now realize I'm older than most of you guys. And I've done a lot of real estate and I wasn't very motivated, but I wanted to learn something to see how I could teach you how to get business. So he goes, well, when are you going to start doing it? And I go, I don't know. He goes, well, we're on an hour drive. Why don't you start doing it now? So I scroll the very beginning. He's like, what are you doing? I go, I'm going to the very first text on my phone. He's like, you've been doing that for a couple of minutes. I go, I know. I have like 8,200 contacts in my phone. And so I get to the very first one and I go, happy Easter. I hope you're having a great holiday. Text me back and let me know how you and your family are. I hope to hear from you soon. Or I look forward to hearing from you. Say, I look forward to hearing from you. Don't say, I hope to hear from you soon, because then they won't do it. Text me back. I look forward to hearing from you. So I did the one and I made little chickadee eggs because it was Easter time. And I thought, well, how am I going to do this? He goes, Sharon, don't you know how to cut and paste? I go, no, not with my text. He goes, yeah, just hold on it and then go to the next one and paste it. And so I cut and pasted and I kept doing it. And I didn't know how many people were going to contact me. And I did like 150 of them. And then all of a sudden my phone was blowing up like crazy. So don't do 150 if you can't handle it. And I got 2 deals. I got a reverse mortgage and I got a refinance. Those 2 deals made me $18,000. So with that said, what you need to do is go in your phone. I don't care if you don't have your license yet, because right now you're just trying to get the bubbles going so that you're going to have a big, huge ton of business coming in. Bubbles, I say that because I just got my jacuzzi working and the bubbles are really big and it's just like rotating and going crazy. And so that's what happened to me. I got a ton of business. And so I don't text unless I'm a little bit slow, but you guys are brand new. So you're going to text the people that you haven't talked to in a long time, just that. Hey, I'm checking in on you. I haven't talked to you in a while. Text me back and let me know how you are. I look forward to hearing from you. Did you get that? Rewind it and do it again and text that to your friends. that you haven't talked to in a while, the people that you know that know you're getting your real estate license, that's cool. But don't just go straight to that text that says, hey, I'm texting you because I want real estate business. Don't do that. Just do that. When they text you back, they're either going to say, hey, how have you been? It's been a long time. Or who the heck is this? And you're going to answer. And you're going to go back and forth until the right time when you say, you know, I have my real estate license. I don't know if you know, I have my real estate license. Let me know if you or anyone else you know might be moving in the future. You got that? Let me know if you or anyone else you know may be making a move in the future. You can even add, I love helping sellers and buyers, but I also like helping people who are looking for a rental property. So that's how you're going to start moving with the text that you have. For the people that you know that already know you passed a test or don't know you passed a test, this is a good time to say, hey, I took my test a couple weeks ago. I wanted to let you know. Obviously they knew you were taking real estate classes. So I wanted to let you know I passed. And I found this amazing broker and they're going to be with me every step of the way. Now, this is called faking it till you make it. So if you haven't found the right broker yet that's going to be with you every step of the way, you know I'm here. So I don't know if I'm going to surprise her or what I'm going to do, but I'm going to go to San Jose and see about helping her. She asked me where I was because she saw me on YouTube and she had no idea. So you guys, I'm in Los Angeles County, just outside of Orange County, and I'm here to help you. If you're brand new and you need someone to coach you through how to help a buyer or how to help a seller, that is in the class, I Got My License, What Do I Do? But I'm willing to help you if you're new and you need some help. So I want you to get started on your real estate career. I want you to find a seller or a buyer or somebody that wants to rent. And I want you to ask them for the business. That's the other thing I talked to her about. So we were on the phone for 45 minutes and I'm only at 16 minutes. And she's like, I'm writing everything down. And I'm like, look, I'll do a video for you. And that's when I realized that you guys, one, don't ask for the business. Two, you say you're going to do what you're going to do and you don't do it. I can't tell you how many people tell me they're going to go door knocking and then they don't go door knocking. So door knocking, sending out texts, those things are free. You can do that. And you can do that even before you have your license. Okay. Because you're not selling them anything. You're just telling them you want to help them with real estate. So get those people lined up. And one of the things that I tell people is when you're brand new, whether your broker is going to go with you or not, if you don't have a broker that will, then find a broker or a sales manager that knows how to train you on how to go to the appointment, ask for the listing, or how to talk to a buyer. The best thing you can do when you're brand new with a buyer is send them to a lender that you trust that knows how to do loans. I do loans in all of California, and I do everything from jumbos to reverses to 80-10-10s. An 80-10-10 is where your client has 10% down, and we get them a 10% second, and they get it 80% first, and they avoid mortgage insurance. So I hope that this video is telling you a lot of things. But the first thing you want to do, very first thing, start texting, look for a broker, ask that broker a bunch of questions, make sure it's a good fit for you, and ask them how they're going to help you. So the best way to learn is by what's called shadowing, and that's how I learned. So shadowing, how I learned is when I was in the mortgage business, my boss had me go with him on an appointment, and he told me I couldn't say a word. Can you imagine that? I can talk to a camera for 45 minutes, and he told me not to say a word. So he introduced me at the door to the persons who the appointment was, and he said, you know, this is a trainee. She's not going to be saying anything, and just kind of act like she's not there. So I was like a ghost, shadowing the appointment. But I'll tell you something. When we got in the car, I had a list of questions and asked him everything. The next thing I knew, I was going on an appointment with his son. I went on an appointment with him, appointment with his son, and then I made my own appointment to go on. And I didn't want them to go with me because I'm like, what if I do something wrong? They're going to know that I did something wrong. So with that said, I'm like, I don't want them to go. But I ended up going by myself. And from there on, it just kept going. So call me, text me if you have any questions. But number one, send out information letting everybody that you know that you have your license and you're able to work with them in any capacity, as a seller, as a buyer, as a landlord. Also let them know that you're willing to have your broker step in and help you, and that you can do any type of real estate transaction, and ask for the business. What just happened? My lights all just went out. That was so bizarre. But anyway, Oh, I know it just happened. My computer went down. I knew it might happen. But anyway, it looks okay to say goodbye. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Good luck with your real estate career. And I look forward to making more videos for you.